Hmm. Audio levels. Yo, yo, yo. What up? What up? All right. All right. Levels, levels. All right, we're good to go. Mike. Oh, shoot. Why do I always forget to do that?
Embarrassing.
Oh. What is up? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, victim? I always forget this one little detail. I think this is it. What's up, y'all? What's up? What's going on, Jeremiah? Y'all like my new setup? Here we go. Here we go. Where my people's at? Welcome, welcome. Send. While I do that. Oh wait, you know what? I didn't even get any equipment. Do I have any weapons in here? I need some weapons. First of all, let me take a look around my base. What's going on, wild man? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Uh, had everything rocking and rolling. Got one little detail. That's it. Product. Product. .com. Slash. Oh, come on. Hmm. Okay, that works. Got him. What's going on, Chi Town? Trying to break in my new set. Going on, Carl. Simpsons at. Going on, Carl. Simpsons at. Going on, Carl. Simpsons at. At least I know the audio works over there.
Whoa.
What's that?
I just built a budgeting app in Base 44.
Guys, Nina just built an app.
Impossible.
Nina can't code.
Interesting. Can it generate reports?
It can now.
Nice.
So you're saying
The Simpsons
Good, looking good. Alright, fuck it. I'm gonna rock this my way. So, alright, what it is, guys, I'm gonna be looking at the 15 scary Simpsons prediction from that could change. What it is, guys, I'm gonna be looking at 15 scary Simpsons predictions that could change everything in 2026 by the channel The Ultimate Discovery. So go ahead and give them a follow. Check out the original content. Link is going to be in the description section below. Without further ado, let's get it.
predicted Trump would become president. They predicted smartwatches before they even existed. They predicted Disney buying Fox years before it happened.
The Simpsons from 19 years ago predict the future. It shows the entrance to 20th Century Fox movie studio.
Somehow, this cartoon keeps getting the future right, but the predictions for 2026 are darker than anything that came before. We're talking AI warping reality.
Amazon is planning to cut 14,000 corporate jobs starting this week. It is one of the largest rounds of layoffs.
Cameras tracking every move you make.
a woman sunbathing topless in R15.
Chief, I think we got a misuse of police equipment on ZZ99.
And disease strains evolving faster than we can stop them. And at the center of it all is a deadly Ebola outbreak no one is prepared for. Here's what they saw coming. Number 15, the next pandemic. The episode Margin Chains starts with one sick worker in a factory in Japan. He is coughing while packing a juice machine into a box. The box gets sealed, shipped across the ocean, and delivered to Springfield. When people open their packages, the germs come out with the product. Soon, the Osaka flu spreads through the town.
The dreaded Osaka flu has hit Springfield with over 300 cases now reported.
People are coughing in the streets. Workers collapse. Hospitals fill up. Everyone wants a cure, but nobody has one. Then panic makes everything worse. A crowd rushes toward what they think is medicine, breaks open a truck, and releases a swarm of killer bees. The joke was stupid. The fear underneath was not. A sickness does not need much time to travel anymore. It has planes, cargo routes, crowded cities, farms, hospitals, border crossings, and people moving before they know they are sick. In 2026, Ebola made that fear feel fresh again. A fast-moving outbreak hit the Democratic Republic of Congo and spread into Uganda. It involved the rare Bundibugyo strain, and there is still no approved vaccine for that strain. More than 1,000 people in Congo were infected, with hundreds dead, while Uganda recorded more cases across the border. The outbreak had already been moving for months before it was officially detected. That gave the virus a head start. Then a doctor who had worked in Congo returned to France and tested positive. And Ebola is not the only disease setting off alarms. Bird flu is spreading in a way that has scientists watching closely. H5N1 has already torn through wild birds, poultry farms, mammals, and even dairy cattle. For now, it still does not spread easily from person to person. But every time it jumps into another mammal, it gets another chance to change. That is the part that makes people nervous. It has already wiped out huge numbers of poultry, hit farms across several states, infected workers who were exposed to sick animals, and pushed food prices higher. Then came the brutal 2025 to 2026 flu season. A fast-spreading branch of H3N2 helped drive millions of infections, packed hospitals, and killed thousands of people in the United States. Number 14. AI replacing human workers. In the episode Them Robot, Mr. Burns looks at the people working inside the nuclear plant and sees only one thing: cost. They need salaries, they take breaks, they complain, they get sick, they ask questions. So Burns does what a cold boss would do if no one stopped him. He fires almost everyone and fills the plant with robots. At first it looks perfect. The plant is clean. The machines follow orders. Nobody argues. Nobody asks for a raise. Nobody slows anything down. Homer is kept as the only human worker, not because Burns respects him, but because someone still has to sit there and watch the machines. Outside the plant, Springfield feels different. People who had jobs suddenly have nowhere to go. Then Homer tries to make the machines more human by changing their code, and
oh wow, listen to this story. The US has billions of dollars that are unclaimed, and we could
the perfect system turns dangerous. The fired workers have to come back and save the day. That episode does not feel far away anymore. The real replacement is not arriving as shiny metal men walking through office doors. It is arriving as chatbots, voice systems, writing tools, coding assistants, hiring software, customer service bots, and programs that can do in seconds what used to take a team of people. Artificial intelligence may affect about 40% of jobs worldwide. In richer countries, the number rises to about 60%. Some workers will use it and become faster. Others will watch their tasks shrink until the job itself starts to disappear. Amazon cut about 14,000 corporate jobs during an efficiency push shaped by automation and artificial intelligence. Oracle's workforce shrank by about 21,000 in one fiscal year as the company rebuilt itself around AI and cloud systems. Across tech, tens of thousands of jobs have already been cut while companies pour money into data centers and AI tools. The squeeze is hitting young workers hardest. Entry-level roles in AI-exposed fields are falling, while companies ask beginners to show skills that used to belong to experienced workers. Number 13. Elite Secret Files. In the episode The Computer Wore Menace Shoes, Homer discovers the internet and turns himself into a hidden online gossip king called Mr. X. At first, he posts real secrets from around Springfield, and people cannot stop reading. Then the real stories dry up, so Homer starts making things up just to keep the attention coming. One of his fake stories goes too far. He claims that creeps on an island somewhere are secretly running the world. Then the joke twists. Homer has accidentally stepped on something real. He is kidnapped, taken to a strange island, and trapped with people who know secrets they were never supposed to know. The island looks sunny and harmless, but it is really a prison for people who found out too much. That plot does not feel so ridiculous anymore. For years, the real world heard the same kind of words again and again. Private island, private jet, sealed files, powerful friends, missing names, and documents the public was not allowed to see. The Epstein case became one of the darkest open wounds in modern public life because it was never only about one man. It was about the people around him, the doors that opened for him, and the systems that let him move for years. By 2026, the files had become a battle of their own. Early releases were heavily blacked out. Hundreds of pages were completely hidden. Some files even disappeared from a public web page before anyone gave a clear answer. Then a much larger release brought out millions of pages, images, videos, emails, and flight records, while lawmakers, survivors, and investigators kept demanding what was still missing. New Mexico opened its own Truth Commission and sent subpoenas to federal offices, law enforcement, and financial institutions, trying to find out who ignored warnings, who protected the case, and why charges were not pushed harder when the trail was still hot. Number 12. Greenland Takeover. In the episode Blame It on Lisa, Homer wears a shirt that looks like a quick background joke. On the shirt, Uncle Sam is taking a huge bite out of the planet. The place being bitten is Greenland. Under the picture are 4 words that now feel much darker. Try and stop us. At the time, it was just a weird gag. But in 2026, that tiny joke does not feel random anymore, because Greenland has become one of the most important pieces of land on Earth. Greenland is enormous, icy, and home to a small population, but its position is what makes it priceless. It sits between North America, Europe, and the Arctic, right where military planners, shipping companies, and world powers are all watching more closely than ever. The United States already has Patuxent Space Base there, a northern radar site that helps watch for missile launches and track objects in space. As the Arctic changes, Greenland becomes more valuable. Less ice could open new sea routes. And with Russia and China becoming bigger concerns, Greenland is also more important for tracking ships, submarines, missiles, and satellites. Then there are the minerals. Greenland has rare earths, graphite, and other materials that matter for batteries, weapons, electronics, and the technology countries are fighting to control. That is why the fight over Greenland stopped sounding like a joke. Donald Trump kept saying the United States needed it for national security.
We need Greenland from the standpoint of national security.
He once refused to rule out using force, then later said he would not use the military, but the message still landed hard. America wanted Greenland, and Greenland was saying no. Denmark and Greenland answered in the clearest way possible. Greenland is not for sale. Greenlanders do not want to be owned. Denmark said you cannot buy other people. Number 11. Plastic World. Plastic World from Treehouse of Horror 36 throws Springfield into a future buried under plastic. Plastic covered the earth until normal life disappeared under bottles, wrappers, broken junk, and trash that never truly went away. Lisa is one of the survivors, and she is searching for something that should be everywhere: real dirt. She needs soil because soil means crops, and crops mean a future. Instead, the world is plastic tunnels, plastic mountains, and people fighting over food like every meal is a treasure. When Lisa and her group find a buried Quickie Mart, the old preserved food inside becomes valuable enough to start a fight. Then the nightmare gets even stranger. Homer and Marge return after falling into nuclear waste, but they are no longer fully human. They have become plastic people who can eat other plastic, and they want to turn everyone else into plastic too. That was made for Halloween, but the real world is already moving in that direction. Plastic is not only floating in oceans or piling up in landfills anymore, it is breaking into tiny pieces small enough to breathe, drink, and eat. These pieces come from bags, bottles, food packaging, and everyday objects that slowly fall apart without truly disappearing. Tiny plastic pieces have been found in human blood, lungs, liver, placenta, breast milk, reproductive organs, arteries, and brain tissue. A major study of human tissue found plastic particles in the brain, liver, and kidneys. The brain samples carried far higher levels than the other organs, and samples from 2024 showed more plastic than samples from 2016. The most common plastic found was polyethylene, the same kind used in bags, bottles, and food packaging, and the pile is still growing. Global plastic waste is projected to rise from about 353 million tons in 2019 to more than 1 billion tons by 2060 if nothing major changes. Around half could still end up in landfills, while less than 1/5 may be recycled. World leaders tried to agree on a global plastics treaty in Geneva, but the talks collapsed in 2025. Countries could not agree on whether to limit new plastic production, control dangerous chemicals, or focus mostly on cleanup and recycling. Number 10. Brain chips. The episode Days of Future Future takes Bart's future into one of the strangest places The Simpsons ever went. Bart has a device in his head, and it is not just helping him move a phone or open an app. It changes what he feels. It changes what he thinks he is living through.